Let's go. Get up. It's that club, baby. You hear that? We can't sit down to that. Okay.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy, Sheik Luch, LOXD Block, Silverback. Hey, yo, right now I need to shout out the ISUPK classes.
I want to give a huge, big, humongous shout out to all the UPK schools.
Shout out to Black Watch, hosted by General Johanna. Word, I need y'all to check out Cross the Line Radio as well, man. They've been open all week from 7 to 9. They ain't shut down because of the corona, the COVID and all that. They rockin' strong, you know what I mean?
Think we got a problem, but really it ain't though. It's one of me and these bitches, I count about 3, 4. Think we got a problem, but homie just all talk. He ain't gon' pop a balloon with a pitchfork. Think we got a problem in the club with this dog. Rude boys, dogs, ladies, everybody.
All right, Shalom, Lord of Christ. This is ISUBK, Delaware. All right, so this is the Tuesday night Brotherhood class. Let me see. Hold on. It's a Tuesday night Brotherhood class. We're going to be talking about brotherhood and all things that pertain to brotherhood. And you know what I'm saying? We're going to do that. Y'all already know what it is. All right. Let me see. Not yet. All right, let's see who's in here, man. All right, Greg Walker, Zerai. All right, Big Main. All right, no sweat. All right, so we're gonna get this thing popping. So look, check it out. Look, when you this is what I need y'all to do. Share this feed. Share it to your social media, share it to your different groups. It's fine. It doesn't cost anything. Share it to your groups. All right, we got Lynn Trader in the building. We got Kanai. What's going on? Everybody, how's everybody doing, man? Yeah, that's right. It's time to get to work now. All right. The holidays is over, right? It's time to get back to work. It's time to focus yourself, get back into the groove of things, right. You know what I'm saying? And hit this so-called New Year head on, all right? We got a lot of things coming up. Before we get started, shameless plug, man. Make sure y'all check out one of the most necessary lectures of 2022. It's called The State of White Supremacy. It's going to be hosted by myself and Officer Mataza Pa. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to be at the Artscape building, all right? We got tickets for a $20 donation. We got tickets. So get your tickets right now. Get them right now. Don't wait, right? Get down here. Go ahead.
Also, if you're not able, maybe you're not able to come because you might be in, maybe a brother or sister might not be able to come because they might be in California. They might be in Las Vegas. They might be in Texas. But you can also sponsor somebody to come too if you
right.
Feel it in your heart to sponsor somebody, right? Or, make the donation for another brother who may not be able to, to pay for it or whatever, but
right. He
can still get here.
Right. And just to add on to that, this lecture is very, very necessary. I know I didn't put in a lot of work. It took me a lot of different places that I didn't expect to go, but at the end of the day, I learned so much more about the topic of, white supremacy, racism. I learned so much more about the topic. And also it made me, be able to, go different places that I never thought I would be able to go as far as, checking out white authors. You know what I'm saying? Checking out white authors. Cause, a lot of times, you read a lot of, black authors who's, talking about the truth and stuff like that. So you kind of, get in that space. But then, I've been reading stuff from, Albert Bandura, been reading stuff from, different people. So it gives me a wider perspective of racism and how, it pertains to the psychology, of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians and how we respond to it. Go ahead.
I was about to say, if I could, how, it's going to be a very good lecture because most people think, okay, even brothers in the school think everything there is to know about white supremacy. But in all actuality, you don't.
Yeah.
Unless you go into a lot of these books that we're going to be bringing out. Unless you attack white supremacy from like different angles, like we was forced to think outside the box to show white supremacy. Until you start to think about that, then you don't really know everything that you're supposed to know about white supremacy, right? And I mean, just an example how white supremacy is in the Israelite culture.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. White supremacy is in Israelite culture because you see it when they, allow, white people in the Passovers and stuff like that. I seen one brother, he got Kabbalah classes.
Oh man, that's crazy.
This brother teaching Kabbalah classes, like Kabbalah, the Hebrew class is Yiddish class. And then they also teach a Kabbalah class.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Right. You know what I mean? Like we can't even have like our own culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Without white supremacy seeping his ugly head into it.
Right. So yeah. Make sure y'all look. It's gonna be $20, right? A $20 donation. All right, a $20 donation. Get it in now. All right. What's going on, big man? Yeah, I've been out. I've been under the weather, man. I've been under the weather. So what did we say?
Under the weather used to be like.
Yeah, under the weather used to be, I had a little cough, but, now it's COVID. That's what under the weather means. I had COVID. All right. So what I was going to say is, definitely get to the lecture, man. We're going to have food. All right. We're going to have food. We're going to have drinks, right? We got drink tickets available. So, when you get in there, you want something, we can't sell it to you straight up. So, you got to get a ticket. All right. For a small donation, you know what I mean? You can get your drink on. All right. Then after that, we're going to have music. We're going to open up time for questions, of course. It's going to go into the night. Right. That's why we specifically started the time. When we started the time, it starts at 4:00 so they can go into night. Because I remember when I went to the Brotherhood lecture, Brotherhood is a Weapon by Captain Akkad and Daniela. It gives a different vibe when you got a lecture at night. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different vibe than the daytime lecture. So to give everybody like a different vibe, it's going to be, on and popping. We got some door giveaways for some people coming in. And it's just overall going to be good, man. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to have this lecture series at least every 3 months. So that's about 4 lectures a year. And we're gonna have them, so they're gonna be here available for y'all. And we here to resurrect. I don't know, whatever the hell is out here, we trying to resurrect it. All right. So make sure y'all check it out. All right. The tickets are right here. I got them. Mataza Pa has them. Mataziala have them. They got them down there with Thusha Yum. So y'all can hit me up anywhere on my Facebook, DM me, whatever. We in the building. All right. All right. With that being said, all right. So I wanted to go into manhood, man. Manhood and what is real leadership. All right. Because remember, manhood, like it has everything to do with brotherhood, right? Because what is manhood? Anybody? What would you consider to be manhood? Mm-hmm.
Like being responsible, not being a coward.
Right. Right. So it takes commitment, right? Skill, the ability to live, and have your own. Right, the ability to run your own communities, right? It's a book that you can get. Oh man, I can't think of the book, but it talks about it. You know what I mean? Like what real manhood is, and a lot of our brothers that's out here, they don't know what real manhood is, right? Because we think, what do we associate manhood with today? Anybody? Go ahead.
How many bodies you can get?
Yeah, right. That's right. How many girls you can have sex with? That's definitely a marker what we would consider what manhood is. You know, what about how easily you can kill a nigga? Right? How you'll kill a nigga and you'll shoot the whole block up, right? If he messes with you or he talks about you on social media. Go ahead.
Jail nowadays.
Right. Going to jail, right? Of course, right? Going to jail. Go ahead.
Online, Big Main said putting down childish things.
Right, putting down childish things. Right, you're right, Big Main. That's exactly what is a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like we equated, manhood to how well we can destroy each other. You know what I'm saying? How tough you are. All those different things that doesn't that doesn't prove manhood at all. Right? It just aids in the destruction of your own people, your own soldiers. Like, look, I was just down in Puerto Rico, right? And one thing that I saw that it rubbed me the wrong way, like even when I was down there, they was like, this is a territory of the United States. And I'm thinking to myself, all these people is basically summed up into a territory that belongs to the United States. And when you go down to like Old San Juan and different places like that, you see the oppressor's face all over the buildings, right? This neo-colonialism vibe to it. When you go in Old San Juan, it's neo-colonialism, right? And that is a result of a lack of brotherhood, a lack of manhood, right? Because we see our greatest validation is being accepted by the oppressor, right? And the oppressor knows this. And this is why everything is just so, misconstrued with how we see manhood and how we see womanhood, right? So what is womanhood? Mm-hmm.
As far as the world goes?
Just what would it? All right, give me a good a definition of what womanhood is, and then give me something that they would consider today as being a woman.
What they consider today for a woman is getting a job and raising her kids independent.
Yeah, independently, right? Without a man.
Yeah.
That's what they consider being a woman today.
Today, yes.
Right.
Now, what was the other part of the question?
And then my Salaki. And then my other question was, what is womanhood? Go ahead and break it down. Let me drop a bomb. Come on, let me drop a bomb. Come on now.
In the truth, that Proverbs 31 woman would be considered womanhood.
Right.
Getting up early, feeding your family, sewing, making money with your hands. That's what womanhood is in the truth. And
that is womanhood.
Obeying your husband.
Right. And that's what is so and that's what is so needed today. Because like womanhood today is sexuality. How sexual you could be. It's like how much of a whore you could be. Right? I had this girl tell me, whore. I don't like that word. Whore. It just sounds so crazy. I'm like, well, that's true. It's whores out here. Right? And he was, and so this is why, manhood and womanhood, because what happens in this society, right? In this society, you can't be you can't have manhood in a society of with this oppressor, right? You can only have Black boys, right? You can't have women. You can't have Black women. Hispanic women, Native American women. You can only have Black girls in this society, right? And so we don't have like a mindset of like what we really like, things that are important, right? Because most of the time we spend our time on things that doesn't really mean anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is our interest today? What are we interested in? We're not interested in really gaining real power, you know, a military. You know, like when you think about it, right? I think I was talking to Tyler Paul one time, but when you think about it, right? Since civil rights, right? We don't even have nothing in place to stop us from being enslaved again. You notice that? Like right now, the oppressor could take us and put us back into slavery right now. And it wouldn't be nothing we could do about it. Why? Right. But why? Because the so-called leadership, right? The so-called leadership of us, they didn't even put provisions in place to protect us from being enslaved again. Why? Because we sit back and we just want to hope that, you know, the oppressor acts right. And we spend our time in trying to convince them to change their attitude about the way that they feel about us. So it's no real protection at all, right? Because essentially we're not men. We don't have manhood, right? We're children, right? We don't have womanhood. We have girls who are on TikTok all day fanning their behind, right? That's like what a lot of women lead with, right? They lead with that. They're behind, right? It's like really put to the forefront now. Huh? It's like all you have to offer. You could tell her, I could tell if a woman is single, soon, you know, as soon as I see her on Kevin Samuels, I'm like, she's single. She's single. She's single. She's single. She's single too. She's single. She's single. Like you could just tell, because there's nobody to tell you to get the hell off the damn line. Right? So manhood and womanhood, right? Manhood is the ability to make the right decisions, skill, the ability to, you know, serve your community, the ability to make right decisions for the group, right? Not for yourself, right? Because that's how we like to move. We like to move, you know, on our own, right? And this is why we don't have that manhood or that womanhood, right? In this society today. And that's why it's so important that we exercise brotherhood and sisterhood all the time. You know, I believe Mataza Pa brought it out one time. You know, you just can't just be a sister to the women that you like, right? You can't just be a brother to the brothers that you like, right? You got to be a brother to everybody. I make it my specific point when I go to the Passover. I make it my point to go and talk to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I talk to as many brothers as I can. I don't know everybody, but I will try to know everybody. Right? It's about, because you never know like who you're going to talk to. You know, a brother, it might be a brother of 50, a brother, you know, an officer of 50, an officer of 500, you know, all the way up. You know, every brother is, you know, important. Every sister is important because you might not know it, you might not see it, but there is some sisters in here that are doing things behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? There are sisters that put their time and effort into the truth and moving it forward. Right? But you'll never be able to get with that sister if you don't, you know, if you only going to hang out with the sisters that you cool with, your clique or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're never going to find those things out. You know, you might find a brother that might be, you know, mean at making flyers. You know what I'm saying? Mataza Pa, we got what you got Itazal, right? You might find a brother that, you know, you might need something and the brother just might be dope with it. And you'll never know if you don't get out and open up your mouth. All right? Can I get the you know which one I want? Let me go to one of the bedrock scriptures on this. Let me get a friend is a friend for an occasion. I think that's in the Apocrypha. You know which one I'm talking about? Hold on, let me see. Let me get there with you, warrior. Hold on. Give me 1 second. If y'all got it in the chat, just go ahead and put it in. A friend for an occasion. Apocrypha. It is Ecclesiasticus 6 and 8. Ecclesiasticus 6 and 8. All right, if y'all got any questions, man, go ahead and put them in. Yeah, you're right. It is about the whole nation. It's about the whole nation, man. It's not about like just the people you cool with. Because a lot of times we get stuck with, a lot of our people get stuck with that, man. It's stuck up in that. You just, you can't come in here with the same values that you had when you wasn't in here. Right? You remember what Christ said, you can't put new wine into old bottles. You got to put new wine into new bottles. So if you're the type of person that got issues with everybody, then you got to change that. Right? That got to be the thing that you have to work on changing in the truth. It's not hard. All of us in here are working, right? It's a constant struggle to work, right? To change ourselves, to change our lives, to change, what we value in life. Before we got in here, you had to be, hard and tough, right? You had to be that person that, had to, only be for yourself. But in here, you don't have to be like that. You ever heard that mentality about it? Say, you ain't got to fight no more. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to do that no more. I know sometimes it might not be easy. Some sisters, might not be sisterly, right? But at the same time, you can still have to make that effort. All right. And if that sister is not sisterly to you, then you want to do the sisterly thing and going to that sister and saying, hey, look, this is the way I'm feeling. And this is, and really do it. Like that's what it takes. Like a person is going to respect you when you don't have no fear in taking them to counsel. You don't have no fear in saying, you know what, I'm right and you're wrong in this situation. And you know what, no sweat. Let's go to counsel. All right, we cool. All right, since you want to go do it, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even got to dwell on it no more. If you disagree with his sister, you know what I'm saying? You be like, all right, no sweat. You don't agree? All right, no sweat. Sis, we're going to go to counsel. All right, cool. But hey, y'all, you want me to go you want to get a drink real quick? You know what I'm saying? Hey, brother, man, I think you know what I'm saying? You wrong me this way, man. You know what I'm saying? And the brother say, man, I don't think you wrong. No sweat, brother. We just going to go to counsel. No sweat. All right, you want to go get this drink real quick? All right, we about to go get this drink real quick. We ain't even got to dwell on it no more. We ain't got to beef with nobody. That's the thing that we have in the truth that brothers in the world don't have. We got the ability to sit down and talk things out. We got the ability. We have the law on how to do it and how to do it correctly, right? And if the brother don't hear you, no sweat. Then he'll get in front of General Hyman and the rest of the generals, and I'll guarantee you, then he's gonna hear it. Because they're gonna slice and dice your goddamn issue that you think you have. They're gonna slice that. I'm trying to tell you, Matalia, they're gonna slice it up, and you're gonna find out that you were just not being a brother. You know what I'm saying? Or you're gonna find out that you was being a brother and you was right. That's the whole thing about counsel and different things like that we have. That's real brotherhood. The ability to go to your brother and say, hey, look, man, you wronged me and I feel a certain way. Don't sit in here and be oppressed by your brother because you don't want to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? You ever look, you'll run into that too. A brother be like, I just don't want to say nothing. It's cool. Don't be like that, man. Because you know what'll happen? That demon that's in you will fester. And you know what the demon is, right? It's right here in your mind. And your mind, like when you wake up in the morning, you start to reflect on things or you might think about stuff. And in your mind, you'll be thinking like, man, F that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And when you start thinking like that in your brain, it's like, now you done got to a point where the brother might come around and you like, you ain't talking to him. The sister come around, you ain't talking to her. You and the other sisters are talking to each other, but you ain't saying nothing to this sister, right? That's not the mind frame that you want to be in, right? You want to include everybody, all right? You want to keep that spirit to say, okay, all right, this is what it is. I'm going to address it. If I feel a way about you, I'm going to address it. That's it. And you can't fail at that. All right. Go ahead. Could you read that, please? Oh, hold on. Let me mute you. Go ahead.
Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6, verse 8. Mm-hmm. For some man is a friend for his own occasion.
Right. Now, we all know that, right? I'm pretty sure Gia knows that. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just a friend for the occasion because you got the bag, right? They a friend because of something that they could benefit from. You know, they're your friend because of what you can do for them.
Right.
There's so many brothers I see on my Facebook. I don't even be commenting on Facebook like that anymore. You know what I do on Facebook? I just keep scrolling.
Right.
I see somebody acting stupid, I just keep scrolling. I see somebody with a Christmas tree, I just keep scrolling.
Right.
I see somebody dressed up in a somebody that, you know, I see dressed up in a damn Halloween mask or whatever, I just keep scrolling.
Right.
I don't have it in my heart to be like, why are you celebrating Christmas? You need to talk about that. You know? Oh no, you said that Christ ain't black. Oh, I gotta say that. No, there's no need for me to even do that.
Right.
What the hell do I gotta waste my energy on trying to teach a nut? Right? So I just keep scrolling. I see, hey, I see you doing something stupid. I just keep on scrolling. I see the subliminal post. I'm just by myself out here and I ain't got nobody. Yeah, I see you. I just keep scrolling. Just keep going up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you gotta be, right? But at the same time, you know, you gotta realize that there is people that only gonna deal with you for what? The occasion, right? Right? When you down and out. It was a brother on Facebook, what he say? He said, how come when I'm always helping people, but then when I need something, you know, nobody wants to answer the phone? It's like, are they supposed to answer the phone? Right? Are they? You know, like, we got to really think of like what we really, you know, who we dealing with out here in the world, right? The world is about, I'm going to get what I need, right? And to hell with you. Why? Because we follow the oppressor. And that's the oppressor's motto. That's his game. I'm going to get what I can get from you, and I don't care about you. And because we want to closely align ourselves, right, with the oppressor, right, because we constantly want this sameness with the oppressor, that maintains our inequality with the oppressor. All right? Could you read it from the top, please?
Khan. Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6, verse 8. For some man is a friend for his own occasion.
What's up in 7?
Verse 7, if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
Right. We've been through this so many times. Mataza Pod knows. Mataziala knows. This is 101. All right? This is 101. We've been saying this forever. Read it one more time.
Khan. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
Right. Prove him first. That's what the hell we gonna do. Right. You want to prove yourself, then you get in class. That's how you're gonna be. Right. You're gonna prove yourself to me. I don't want to hear none of this crap about, you know, you really wish you could be here, but you can't. You know what I'm saying? It's all about, like, you really wish you could be here, but you can't. Nigga, you don't work 7 days a week.
Right.
We all work. I go to work. Everybody works. You ain't no. Hey, we're talking about they stop making jobs when you got yours. Right? Look, you got 2 days off. Get here one. Give me 1 day. Give me your weeks. I'm talking about. Give me your weeks. Just give me those weeks and prove to me that you want to be down. Give me your weeks, man. You give Commander Joe Yohana your years, but I'll be cool with taking your weeks. Give me your weeks, man. I'll take them, and we'll log them in, and we'll move the process along. We ain't gotta hold you back. We ain't here to hold you back. We here to push you forward. We here to help you get to the next level. But it's only gonna work if you prove yourself first. You prove to your job why they should hire you, right? Because you show up every day at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock. So some of us are in hell. You gotta show up at 4 o'clock or 5, right? But you prove to them why you should be there, right? You prove to every goddamn thing that you're a part of why you should be a part of it. Why not prove to the truth why you should be a part of it? Why not prove to us why you should be a trooper, or you should be an officer of 50, or you should be an officer of 1,000? You got to prove it. It does not work by magic, right? It works by having the ability to put in groundwork. You know what I'm saying? The sisters, sisters can do amazing things in this truth. You know, don't get hung up on the fact that you can't teach the Bible, all right? You know, get out there and do things like get these programs, because there's programs, you know what I'm saying, that the oppressor look at me like I'm not giving this Negro this program. But, you know, you go in there like, hey, how you doing, sir? You know, and he give you the program. And then therefore you create the program for the rest of us. So there's places that I can't get in that you can get in. So the sisters can do great works in the truth. You know, but you know, some sisters just, you know, they come in and they leave. They want to come in and teach. You know, that's they can't be a part of something. They can't be a prophetess. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, an evangelist. You know, she want to be an evangelist. She don't want to come in here and sit down and learn something. She want to be an evangelist. So it's lucky. So if you would get a friend, man, make sure you prove them first. Right? Prove them. We all proved ourselves in here, right? If you got some rank, if you're a trooper or something, a sister with her name, she proved herself. Okay, now at least we got that out the way. Now we can get on with the brotherhood and the sisterhood. All right, you got it, brother.
Khan. Mm-hmm. And be not hasty to credit him.
Right. Don't be hasty to credit him. You know, a lot of times, you know, in the world, we hasty to credit a brother. Oh, because, you know, he brought some weed over to the house. So yeah, that's my brother right here. Yeah, he brought some weed over here. Yeah, that's not your brother, right? Then they learned, didn't the 9 Trey gangsters? They learned the hard way with Tekashi, didn't they? They learned the hard way with Tekashi. They was quick to credit him. Why? Because he came with the bag.
Yep.
He had the bag. He had the, you know, the Dolce and Gabbana. He had the, you know, the Balenciaga. He had all the, you know, the stuff that they wish they could have. You know. And this, it's like we're addicted, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just a sidebar, it's like we're addicted to like the oppressor's standards of what we believe is, you know what I mean? Like his desire is our desire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you want to fix like the criminal, if you want to fix the brother or the sister that's out there, you got to fix their desire to want to be like the oppressor. That's what you got to fix. You know, just like you got to fix the, you know, the person who's the dope fiend. I mean, not the dope fiend, but the, you know, you know, if you want to get somebody off of drugs, of course, you know, you got to put in the work to get them, you know, for that person to get off of drugs. But, you know, in order for drugs to stop, you gotta cure that, you know, the drug dealers, you know, passion for what the oppressor has. You know, because that's ultimately why he out there doing it. Yeah. You know, because he just want to get what the oppressor got. He just want the Balenciaga so bad. He wanna walk around with a Louis Vuitton bag, a man purse with money in it. You know what I mean? With $20,000 in it. Just why you want to ride around with $20,000? But because we see, you know, his life as an ultimate life that we can have in this place. We see his validation as like our greatest validation. You know, like a person, you know, they don't want to even hear nothing from us unless it comes from the oppressor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. Like, it was like, they, you know, like when you know, you go out in the streets or whatever and you be like, yeah, you know, this is in the Bible, this is in the Bible, this, and this. It's like, they don't really want to hear it. Then when we pull the book out, where the oppressor is saying, yeah, you the Israelites, then everybody want to hear it. Go ahead, Mataza.
To your point, Sluggy, to your point, I was watching this like documentary on Netflix. It was called Heist. Mm-hmm. And so it was the Cuban dude. And the Cuban dude, him and his boy, or however it was, when he was in Cuba, he used to watch videos of the life in America and what life in America could be. Mm-hmm. And so, but of course it wasn't life in America in Watts. Mm-hmm. It wasn't life in America in Philly or nothing like that. It was Hollywood's portrayal of what the American dream is. Mm-hmm. And so he's watching Edomites live deliciously. So he comes to America, and in order for him to live that good life, what he did was he devised a plan, and they stole like $7 million from like the federal government. It's like it was like a warehouse. And when the guards like walked away, and it was like money sitting on the palace, and they literally went in there and stole $7 million.
Yeah.
But in order for him to live the American dream that he's seen on TV, to live deliciously like the oppressor, he had to risk his life to do it.
Right, he had to risk his life, and that's what we have to do. Wait till this lecture, man. I got some stuff, and I'm really holding back. I am not going to bring it out. Right, I'm holding it back because I want the brothers and sisters to really get here, man. Get here for this lecture. You know what I'm saying? Because I told Mataza Pa was telling me some good stuff that he had, and I told him, do not teach it. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, hold the line, hold it back. Do not reveal it now. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff that I'm, really holding back. But go ahead, Mataziala, please.
Okay. Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 6, verse 8. For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble.
Right, y'all know what that is. Go ahead.
Verse 9, and there is a friend who being turned to enmity and strife will discover thy reproach.
Right, exactly. And there's so many people out there like that. It's so many people that, the minute that they read it one more time, Salakia. Read it one
Verse
more time.
9, and there is a friend who being turned to enmity and strife will discover thy reproach.
The things that, the things that you might, those things that, in your life that you might not try to, that you might try to keep to yourself. The times when you were down or the mistakes you made, they'll discover those things and they'll use it as ammo against you. You know what I'm saying? And this is not a person that, is a friend, right? This is a person that, is not really there for you. A person that's really not going to be there in the time of need, right? Read on.
Verse 10, again, some friend is a companion at the table and will not continue in the day of thy affliction.
Right. When you got it. You know what I'm saying? When you a brother that got the bag, when you're doing good, you got your job and everybody love you. But when you don't have that job and you don't have that money, then nobody loves you anymore. It's a story that we all heard before. This is nothing new. Of course, we all know that. All right, go ahead.
Verse 11, but in thy prosperity, he will be as thyself and will be bold over thy servants.
That's right. Yeah, y'all know that. Like, oh, that's my man. Y'all gonna, he treating the people bad. He's treating the people bad, because he feel like he my man's. That's my brother right here. Yeah. He's evil to the people that work for you, the people that, that serve you. Right? He'll act like that, but he's really not going to be there when the times get hard and all those things, and this is why, like, I don't have any friends outside of here.
Right.
I barely got family outside of here. I just found out one of my uncles died, today, when I kind of got mixed feelings about it, because, in a way it's like, damn, that's my family. But in a way, this is my family. So it's it kind of gives you mixed feelings about it, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, your family's your family, in the world or whatever, of course. But this is what you gotta deal with, man, by being in the truth, man. And so that's why you wanna make sure that you get grounded in here. You don't let nothing take you out. You don't let COVID take you out of here. COVID will come. The Lord will give you COVID just to see if you just gonna chill and never come back. Yeah, that's right. You get the 2 weeks off, and then that's it. You just never come back. I'm pretty sure there's brothers that left the truth over COVID. You know what I mean? You get those 2 weeks, nobody bothering you, and you get to watch TV all day. You don't got to come to class no more because you just don't want nobody to catch COVID. And then that'll be that. You just going, right. But you gotta, while you on your back and you recovering, you gotta fight. You gotta fight. I think I seen Mataliala down there doing a remote class drinking liquor. I think I saw you that day. You was recovering from COVID and you was drinking liquor. I don't know if you was getting the cold out you or what, But
Might
you
have
was
been ginger brandy. Yeah,
oh,
I
it
think
was ginger brandy.
It might have been.
Yeah, but I said to myself, this brother is fighting. This brother is fighting, and he is getting it up out of him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the good thing about the test that we get from the Lord. Because the tests make you stronger. It makes you stronger, man. And the main thing is you always want to keep is the Lord first, no matter what. All right. Let me see. Gia said she got the ginger brandy. Y'all recall? All right, y'all recall. I see you checking in from Felton. All right. So check it out, right? What we got next? Any more in the scripture?
Unless you want me to read verse 12.
All right. So what was 12? Is it on the topic? Where was you at? Where was you at? So the people know.
I was on verse 11. I just read verse 11.
Ecclesiasticus what?
Ecclesiastes 6 and 11.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna start writing these verses up here and put them on the screen for y'all too. All right, it's gonna take me a couple seconds more, but I want to at least have the verses up there on the screen so that y'all be able to, rewind the tape and then skip to where we breaking down the scripture. All right, that might work a little bit better, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right, no sweat. So we'll do that. We'll start doing it. I think Mataza Pod teaches Thursday, so you don't.
Oh, so I was reading the email. The kids, somebody got COVID at the kids' school. They down another week.
Oh, they down another week? Why couldn't I go to school during COVID? Why couldn't I go to school during COVID? That would have been a dream.
That's bad.
I would have felt like Willy Wonka came and gave me a golden ticket if I could stay home and not go to school. and sit on this Zoom? Right. Oh, man. I just sit on the Zoom and don't do nothing. Hey, Matthias Bob, have your mic muted. You're talking all day with your mic muted. All right. What was 12? 12 had anything on it? Nah, leave it.
Nah.
All right, done. All right, we're gonna move on. All right. So manhood is a social definition. All right. Manhood, a part of manhood is a sense of duty, a sense of sacrifice of oneself. It takes commitment, skill, and duty, right, to be a man, right? And I'm pretty sure all of those things pertains to a woman too. It takes all those things. For a woman, it takes a sense of duty, a sense of sacrifice of oneself, right? This is what we got to sacrifice. You got to sacrifice yourself, right? For the collective, for the group. Right? We don't sacrifice ourselves for the group. You know what we sacrifice ourselves for? Ourselves. This is why, we need leadership. We don't have leadership. What's black leadership? Somebody tell me, what's black leadership? Who's the leadership of black people?
Al Sharpton.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say rappers and entertainers.
Right. You got anything to say?
I was going to say the same thing. What we see on TV,
and this is going to go into of course, the leadership of black people is white people. And you know what, Matala, those was my answers too, right? And y'all answers are right. Mm-hmm. But the leadership of black people are spokespersons with a suit on. You ever heard of like a black conservative? I always wonder, like, what are they conserving? Is it wealth? Is it resources? What are you conserving? If you are conservative, just somebody please tell me what a conservative is conserving, because what I see is that we don't have any resources. What are the resources that we have? What do we produce on a global scale that everybody would consume and get from us, right? Money, what we got to understand too with leadership is, and what we see leadership is, what we as, I guess you would say, I don't want to say just totally poor people, but what we see as leadership is money, right? That's why Megan Thee Stallion, that's why Cardi B can do an interview with Joe Biden. Right? Because we see money as leadership. But money economically is not going to save us. You know, money is just not going to save black people and Hispanics. It's not. Why? Because the oppressor makes the money. The oppressor has the army, the military, right? So if the oppressor wants to shut it down, if we start to get too big with money and wealth and we start doing our own thing, then he'll shut it down. You want the proof? Tulsa, Oklahoma. Rosewood, right? Seneca Village. It's even more. It's like, I seen it was like, I got a screenshot of it. It's like 20, 30 more communities that was shut down. Why? Because we don't have the military in place to protect us.
Right.
So how big you think you're going to get economically? You think that he's going to support us, you know, to be, you know, big and have all of this money and economic power and do it all on our own without him? He'll just shut it down. And thanks to the so-called leadership of black people, you know, the spokesmen for white supremacy, you know, thanks to them, we don't even have anything in place to even protect us. So what do? We just, you know, we just hope that they're going to act right, that they're going to do what's right, and, you know, not really, you know, and in a sense, I see, okay, it's kind of hard to say that I see it, but at the same time, like, their objective is to not really antagonize the oppressor so that he's, you know, he really shows his true side. So really what we do is we just really just tread lightly when something's going on. So it's more so like, you know, we shall overcome. Shh. No justice, no peace. Shh. Don't want to really piss them off. No justice, no peace. Right? Because we really don't want to really confront the elephant in the room. Right? And because of our lack of brotherhood and our lack of sisterhood, this is why we're able to be exploited. This is exactly why we're able to be exploited. Exactly why. Right? Because in order for us to be exploited the way that we're exploited, we have to be out of our mind. And this is a necessity. It's a political necessity for us to be crazy. Think about it, right? Think about because of our lack of brotherhood, what do we empower? We empower the forensics department of the police station. We empower the homicide department. Right. We empower the regular cops. We empower the detectives. We empower, the court system, the judges, the lawyers, the defense lawyers, the assistant district attorneys, the district attorneys.
Probation and parole. Right? We empower everything because of our disunity. Yep. And because we have a lack of disunity, we're allowed to be exploited by every single stinking nation that come over here. Yep. This is why. It's a necessity to make us feel that we're dumb, we're stupid, the women are not beautiful, right? If black women knew that they were beautiful, right? If they actually thought that, then the Koreans wouldn't be able to sell her 100 billion pounds of hair every year, right? So what is the necessity for them to do? To make you feel ugly, to make you feel less adequate, to make you feel inferior, right? And all these things are allowed to be perpetuated because we don't have brotherhood and sisterhood, right? And because we don't have brotherhood and sisterhood, everybody can take advantage of us. And this is why it's important, man, like what the ISUPK is doing. The ISUPK is creating a military structure because you can have a lot of good things. You can have all the good things and, all the good things in life. But how are you going to have it if you can't protect it? You got to be able to protect it. We think we're going to have all the good things and then we just not going to be able to protect it. Right. No. Puerto Rico thought that too. And guess what? Puerto Rico is, they don't make no money. The Puerto Ricans that's there, they don't make no money.
off of tourism. You know who makes money off of tourism? Expats. You know what I'm talking about? Expats?
Nah.
Expats are what they call expatriates. People from America. When you go to the tours, it's somebody that's speaking English. When you go and go snorkeling and deep sea diving and you know, what's that called where you go under what's where you go in the water and not snorkeling, but you put the breathing apparatus in with the tank on your back. I think you just said it. Deep sea diving. Yeah, deep sea diving. All of that. Scuba diving. Yeah, scuba diving. When you go scuba diving, all that, there's Americans down there doing that, not the Puerto Ricans. The Puerto Ricans might work for the people that's down there doing it. You know what I mean? But the tourism is completely controlled by Americans. Right? This is where we're at. Like when you look at San Juan and you go to these different places, and it was like crazy to me how, you know, the tribe of Ephraim is down there completely being oppressed in every single way. And the people that are there, they're kept in poverty. When you got, you know, neighborhoods like La Perla and different neighborhoods like that, where these people are so oppressed that they're just killing each other. When the oppressor is making billions of dollars, taking people on treks through the rainforest, taking people on snorkeling trips, taking people, you know, on scuba diving trips, you know, helicopter rides, all kinds of stuff, right? Making billions of dollars a year, and guess what? The people that's there, the indigenous people of the land, get no wins with none of it. Don't get a cut on none of it. Why? Because it's a territory of America, right? That's gangsterism on a whole different level, right? You know, you see a gangbanger, right? A gangbanger, a gang leader, right? A gangbanger will be like, "This is my territory. This is our block," right? And he don't even know what the hell is going on. This is your block. But you can't stop the construction people from bulldozing down your grandma's crib. Because if you really was a leader, then you would be able to stop the construction people from bulldozing the block. You would be able to step in and say, "No, this is our block." But you can't, because you're not a leader, right? It's all fake. It really is. Like without brotherhood, everything is fake. Right. Everything we think about is fake. Think about it. You a leader, right? You a gang leader. You tough, all that. Somebody gets shot in your crew. You don't even have a medic on the staff. You don't even got a gang member that's in the gang that's a medic. You know who you got to call? Public assistance. You got to call the oppressor to come pick up your mans. Right? Because we don't have power. Without brotherhood, we don't have power. That's what we need. We need power. We need infrastructure. We need foundation. I think that is infrastructure, right? Foundation, infrastructure. The thing that goes on the foundation is the infrastructure, right? So like, I could be wrong. But that's the thing that we need. Well, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think it's the other way around it. Infrastructure, then put the foundation. You talking about building?
Yeah. Now I'm saying the foundation, the foundation, then the building goes on the foundation, right? Right, the foundation would be like the concrete. Right, and then the buildings will go on top of that. Right, and that's what we need. You know, we don't have any power. Everything that we say and we try to, rationalize, I guess, to make us feel better, to act like we got power. We look at integration as a power ideology. Right? Integration, right? What is integration? Could somebody please tell me what's integration? All right, Tara?
Integration is coming together of any idea, principle, race, just coming together.
Coming together.
Blending together.
Right. But how is it going to be integration if you don't have power? Because without that power dynamic, then integration doesn't work. it doesn't work. It doesn't work for you. It doesn't work for you because you don't have power. So what happens? You've been socialized to consumption. So what do black people? What are we? Without brotherhood and sisterhood, consumers.
Right.
Consumerism.
Right.
We've been socialized into a mindset of consumption. So what do we do on Christmas? Go out and buy.
Yeah.
What do we do any other day of the week? Go out and buy. Right? Because we don't have the brotherhood and the sisterhood in place to have that foundation, so we don't have to be socialized to consumption. And this is I'm telling you, it's like once you start really seeing it, and this is straight out of the scriptures, man. Like once you really start to see it, it's like you can start to break down the mindset behind it. All right. Let me get a scripture. Let me get tossed to and fro. I believe that's Ephesians 4:4. And this is why it's so important, man, that we learn and we don't waver on what we learn in here. This ain't no game. We in here making ourselves, we're the new government that's coming. All right, go ahead, Mataza Pa.
Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 14.
No, 14, Slakia.
It says, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried away, Salakia, and carried about with every wind of doctrine.
Right, carried away with every wind of doctrine, like integration. Integration is not a power ideology. You know what integration is? Integration is a weak group hiding amongst a strong group. Right. That's all it is. I think I put a post out about that. That's all it is. We just want to hide amongst the people who got power. And vicariously, we can get some of that power if we can just convince them to change their attitude. Ain't that whack? Ain't that whack?
Oh, God.
That's like so whack. Oh man, it's so whack. Go ahead, Mataza Pa.
Salakia. And then even when it's like, even when I turn on my social media and you see all the Pan-Africanists or some ain't Pan-Africanists, some believe in Amun Ra, and some is like, all that stuff, like all winds of doctrine. Mm-hmm. None of it really has any substance to it. It just sound good, or you like the person who's saying it.
You like the person
who's speaking, and he might speak well or something like that. But we carried away with any doctrine. Everywhere. You got brothers down there following. What's the dude that was down there at Mexico or something? He was butt naked. He was like, if you have your kids, don't bring your kids around me.
I think I got his name. Hold on.
Nature Boy or something.
Nature Boy.
Yeah, you got brothers down there taking off their clothes, hanging with this dude, like as if he, you know what I mean?
He's the Messiah.
Yeah, the Messiah. He's the master of the universe or something. Like it's crazy, man, how we just go off into all winds of doctrine. And a lot of times it's easy. It's easy for people to deceive us. You could just come up with something and just
Mataza, can you get that small box? I got you, Mataza Pa. Go ahead, keep going.
Salakia. No, that's
it's right there. It's plugged in. It's like one of the boxes. I need a box. It's on the second one up there. It's like one that don't have anything in it. Oh yeah, you can take that one out. The camera one. Yeah, you can take it out.
No, here, hold on. I got a box.
Oh, you got a box? All right. Most High in Christ. He just happened to have a box. Most High in Christ. Gotta stay.
That camera gotta stay.
Gotta stay lit. All right, I'm lit.
All right, so
I'm back lit again.
So
we got 27 people in here. Yeah, that's right. Let's get it, man. Let's get 50 in here. Let's turn this joint up, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Y'all see this sign behind me, man? I'm ready to go. I got the power of Voltron right now. Y'all better recognize, man. Shout out to Thashiyam, man. All right. Could you read it one more time, Mataza Pa, please?
Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 14. That we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine.
Children! Man, we sit... we'll sit here. We got to stop celebrating Black History Month. We celebrate. How many times we gonna celebrate all the wonderful things that George Washington Carver did with the peanut? How many times are we gonna, celebrate it like this is, like we got ahead in America? We're no more than we got further than when we was in slavery. No more different. No more different than when we was in slavery. It ain't no different. You know what it was? You remember what I said one time where I said what they would do? I read where they would put the slave inside of like a hot box or something like that when they would discipline them. They would put them in a hot box, or they would put them in the stocks or something like that. But then they would let the person out and let them into the cotton field. So the slave mentally, he would think that he was free. He got free from being in that small room, or he got free from being in that stock, and the stocks are the chains. And the oppressor would let him out in the cotton field, and he would feel like he was free. He was back, amongst the people. He was free, but he was still on the plantation. That's the same way we are today. We think we free, but because we was locked in a box, we was locked in a plantation, but he just let you out to a bigger cotton field, and you're still on the plantation. A lot of us just don't know it because of your, trust in the oppressor, because of your lack of brotherhood, all of that has to do with it. You don't even realize it. Right? But guess who does realize it? The Chinese man that's sitting over in China right now. The shop owner that's sitting in Mumbai. Mumbai right now. He knows that he's coming over here to benefit off of our dysfunction. Go ahead, Matazapa.
And at some point, we're going to have to realize that we're being the vehicle for homosexuality, to usher in homosexuality. You know what I mean? Because all of the fighting and killing.
Hold on. Let me edit some of those words out.
Because all the fight, all the killing that they did to us. You know what I mean? For us, and all the oppression that we went through to get Black History Month. Mm-hmm. It only ushered in transgender month or whatever it is, homosexual month or something like that. Every time now when we be at the Black Lives Matter rallies, Black people all out there marching and everything like that. What do you see? The rainbow flag. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's not even turning into anybody really helping Black people. It's just we're going to use Black people so that we can, so that gay people, so that we can, elevate or get what we want out of America.
Right. So if I could, if I would just, add on to what you said, you can keep the mic or whatever. But I seen on Martin Luther King's birthday on Monday, they had another march about marching for voting rights. And I'm like, damn, man, we still voting for voting rights. We're still marching for the same stuff that we was marching for back in the 60s. And here we are 50 something years later, you know what I mean? And we're still going after the same thing because the Black man, the Hispanic man, the Native American man, right, who is an Israelite in this place, man, are still have the mindset of a child, man. And this is why the oppressor don't respect nothing that we do, because who the hell respects children? Who the hell respects people that don't have enough brotherhood to be able to deal with each other? Right? Who will respect that? Who respects people that beg all the damn time? Who respects people that will, see the greatest form of validation is the oppressor's validation and not their own brother? What kind of people will respect the people that would not support their people, but they'll support the other heathens that's in America's people? You understand? This is why we don't get respect, right? We can get killed by the cops and we still love the oppressor. right? We can get, we can get kept under oppression. We can get, all the bad things that America has to give, and we'll still try to figure out a way that we can salvage one or two of the oppressors to make it look like there is some good, oppressors out there. Right. You understand? We always do it. Why? Because there is no such thing as black leadership.
Right.
Black leadership is white leadership. You understand? And this is why it's so important, man, that we don't be tossed to and fro by every single wind of doctrine that comes around. Everything that sounds good. I don't even know. Look, when I see these people when I seen Captain Cesariak's lecture and he was talking about, what's his name, Jeremiah Judah or whatever, and it was a debate or whatever. And I'm like, as soon as the nigga said he follows Black Jesus Minister, I'm like, you got to be a goddamn idiot, fool, dog, mark ass trick, Salakia, to be following somebody. Like, you can always tell a person by who they follow. You got to be a idiot to follow Black Jesus, a nigga that call himself Black Jesus. You gonna follow that brother? Then you got to be out of your damn mind. You know what I'm saying? It's like the ISUBK is the Israelite School of Practical Knowledge. Practical. The things that we talk about are practical. The things that can help you in your life that are practical. Things that, things that you get in your mind that are practical, that you can work out, and you can work them out in a very, very what's that word I'm looking for, Matazapa? A very, very intellectual way. Right? It's nothing stupid about something that's practical. Something that's practical is very, very, like racism. That's practical, right? It's not irrational or anything like that. It's very practical. And this is what the school stands on. The Israelite School of Universal, meaning that everybody, right? All 12 tribes can understand it. Practical. Right? It's something that we can all grasp the concept of. And the knowledge is what we get, and we get taught. And when you get taught, that's ultimately what's going to be the result of you getting taught all the time. You're going to gain knowledge. You're going to gain wisdom. And that's what it's about. You can't gain these things by getting tossed to and fro by every single wind of doctrine. There's so many brothers that hit me up and they be like, yeah, man, I'm gonna come check y'all out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Why wouldn't you come to our lecture? Why would you say that I think I can make it? Why don't you just say I'm gonna make it? I'm coming. Who the hell got a lecture called the State of White Supremacy? You know what I mean? But who the hell out here got a lecture like that? Nobody. So if you miss it, you're going to miss it. So get there. But our people just be so out there and tossed away by every wind of doctrine. What you think? Somebody else going to come with a lecture that's going to be better than ours? No. It ain't. Who's even taking up the initiative to even, do a lecture like that? The lady who owns the place, Connie, I think I had tagged her. I think she took it down. You know what I mean? But she said, tag me when you start to, you start to promote it. And I tagged her and I went on her page and it wasn't there. So get there, man. All right, we got Thushy Yum in the building. We got, right, Kanai, you're right. It was pathetic.
Judah's a fool.
Yeah, damn fool. But guess what? He got followers.
People that follow that brother.
He got followers. Not followers. I'm talking about. He got a following. He got a following. So that shows you how psychologically damaged we are.
Right.
And that is a very big testament to our poor mental health, right? And the oppressor loves it. He loves it. He loves cats like that. He loves idiots like Black Jesus. Any nigga that come to you talking about that's how you know when somebody's going crazy. Because guess what? What's the name did the same thing. Jim Jones, He said he was Jesus.
Right.
You know, the cat who had people drinking the cyanide, he said he was Jesus. You know, everybody who, you know, who have ever been out in history that had a cult where, you know, suicide was was the ultimate goal. They said they was Jesus. All right. So you better look, you know, anybody that, you know, say they Jesus, or this one cat called me, this nut called me. I don't know what it is, but this nut called me talking about he don't want to come to class because he feel he's Jesus. And it would be a conflict of interest if he comes to class, him being Yahushua.
We still looking for Yahushua.
And we still in captivity. He can't do nothing about the oppressor. Nigga, you need to stop smoking weed and get in class. That's what you need to do. And stop naming yourself. These guys need to stop naming themselves. These guys is coming up with names that is crazy. This cat, you know, I seen this cat, his name was Yahushua Maccabeus. Like, you know, you just coming up with names, you know, on your own. All right. So go ahead. I was going. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
If I may, we are people that are easily swayed, easily fooled, easily manipulated and deceived, easily can pull the illusion, pull wool over your eyes. That's why the scripture says my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because we just don't have common sense.
Could you pull that scripture, please?
All
right, so we're gonna go a little bedrock, and then and if you don't mind, Matata, if you don't mind pulling Isaiah 5 and 13, if you could. This is what this man, you had something that you had said, and it kind of you know, I had something to say on it, right? About, you know, we say that one more time about where we toss what?
Children.
Yeah, children tossed to and fro by every wind of doctrine. That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And we got to stop being that way. And we're destroyed because of lack of knowledge. Now, you got to go yours first, all right?
Come.
You want me to finish that scripture because it was more.
Oh, it was more on that? All right, so Salaki, y'all, we're going to go back a little bit to Mataz's Pod scripture that we had before, which was Ephesians 4 and 14. All right, you got it, Mataz's Pod. He's going to finish it out.
Ephesians 4 and 14.
Uh-huh.
It says that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men, you know, like the deceit of men, you know what I mean? And cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive.
Right.
Yeah, they wait to deceive all the time. They always figure out a way that they can, you know, we go to, you know, they work around the clock. You know, all the shifts, you know, we go to work and go home. We work one shift and go home and go to sleep. You know, we ain't working 3 shifts on figuring out how to overcome the oppressor, to get out of, you know, his grip. We ain't working around the clock like that. We go to work and go home and go to and go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So we got to put that same effort into getting free. You know what I mean? But the only way it's going to happen is with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like, like so many people got like so many ways. You look at Marcus Garvey, Booker T. Washington, Carter G. Woodson, so many people out there that have, like, you know, intellectual ways to get free, but none of it has the Lord involved with it. So it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Everybody tries to do it without the Lord involved with it, and you will see that it will not work. You know what's going to happen? You know what? When we keep trying to do it without the Lord, you know what's going to happen? You're going to die, and you're going to come back, and we're still going to be under the oppressor. You're going to die again, and we're still going to be under the oppressor if Christ don't return. That's what's going to keep happening. We're going to be saying Black Lives Matter on Mars. We're going to be on Mars. Because, you know, the UFOs is, I don't know, the UFOs is coming out now. You know, that's what's going to happen. We're going to be on Mars talking about Black Lives Matter, right, while you're floating away. And guess what? You're going to be working at a dirt field on the moon.
Right.
You're going to be working in a dirt field on the moon, messing around. If we don't get it together, man, we got to get it together, y'all. All right? What was it? You had Hosea 4 and 6, right?
Yeah, come, sir. Book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. Uh-huh. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Uh-huh.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
They don't never read this in church. You know, because they don't read this in church, this is why the pastor could sprinkle, like he can wipe spit on somebody's face.
Right.
Because they don't. He put like he's there. He hot spit it
Twice.
and put it on his face, and then look, and then wiped it on his face.
That's how Salaki.
That's
how you know that man. That man that he wiped it on is effeminate. He's a homosexual. He's something.
Yeah.
Because in order for you to allow another man to do something that's just
that disgusting,
that disgusting. Somehow that happened to you before, or you enjoyed it, or you like him, or something.
he hawk spit it. I mean, he did it twice too. He spit in his hand twice.
That's disgusting.
With COVID and everything out there now. Go ahead.
Even still,
he was what?
So I was watching it on the Breakfast Club, and they said it was his brother that he did it to.
Oh, but that's even worse.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even. You know what I mean? I get it, bro. You a pastor, but damn, don't wipe no spit in my face, bro.
He hog spit twice too.
Twice. Yeah, and it's COVID out here. You know, all kinds of things. Trust me, he probably got COVID right now.
Good man. Because
you didn't even wait for the what's that word called? You didn't even wait for the incubation period. you got it right away. Oh, it got right in your eye. Oh man.
Oh God.
So this is because we're destroyed. We're destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Go ahead.
What was his purpose for doing it? What did he say?
I guess
what did he say when he said it? He said, "Trust in me" or something. Like, what was the purpose of him?
They try to like equate it to Yahushua or something like that.
Yeah, he was saying he made some kind of equation about going back to a hoopty, trading something about a car and going. Do you know?
He said something about when Christ healed the blind man, or
John 9.
Yeah, something about that, and then he said, "Trust in Christ." Yeah.
Y'all see that?
It was about trust.
And then y'all look at us like we the cult.
Yep.
Exactly.
You don't know what the hell you looking at. Well, I know my aunt would probably be like, "I'm gonna send him $1,000, right?" And won't give us nothing. Go ahead.
He apologized in a video today.
After it's done. Yeah, after it's done.
He admitted that it was disgusting.
Right.
And maybe he went too far to prove his point.
Right, but a real leader has a presence of mind. You know, I know we hold on. Is this thing on? This thing has been, I don't know, but I haven't been on, huh?
To think before you do something, so you don't have to apologize.
Right, you gotta think before you do that. Matala Boss said it right. Think before you do things, so you don't gotta apologize later. Go ahead, all right, Tara.
No, he didn't think. Like,
right.
It didn't kick into him that was disgusting at the time.
What?
What the hell?
Is you crazy? That's everybody knows that's disgusting. Well, because go ahead.
And that that's the age-old Christian. Oh, I didn't know that was. I just didn't know it. That's what all. I was watching this pastor, right? It was this Edomite pastor, and he was acting like he didn't know that pedophilia was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, pedophilia was wrong.
You
know it's nasty. You know what you're doing is wrong. But then after the act is done, you try to play stupid. You know what I mean?
And apologize.
Salaki, I got it right here. It was on from Commander General Yohana's show, and it says receiving vision from God might get nasty. That was his premise. That was his premise for doing that nasty stuff.
That's right. Go ahead.
During his apology, he was smiling and laughing. Like, that showed no sincerity that you were apologetic for what you did in front of a lot of people. Like that.
Yeah, and he emasculated that brother on a national level.
Right.
But when you say he was laughing, he just knows that's what he has to say to pacify black people.
Yeah, because that's all we need is an apology. The oppressor apologized. Yeah, I'm sorry I killed Trayvon Martin. I'm sorry. And we're like, well, I guess he apologized, so we forgive him, right? And this is, we are sheep. We really are sheep. You know, like when I was at the Passover, I always say this story, was at the Passover, and I was like, why don't they said, just go grab the sheep, just grab them. And I was like, well, don't they bite? Don't they do something? He was like, no, just grab them. Because they don't have any defense. The only defense that they would have is a good shepherd that would be able to be like, back up. You know what I mean? And to protect the flock, you know? And we don't have a good shepherd that's over us, you know? But the Lord is raising up shepherds, good brothers that's going to feed the people, right? Well, we're supposed to feed them and protect the people at the same time. People want to know why we have rank and order and all that. It's because we're setting up a military structure. So when Christ returns, we already got that military structure in place, right? Because you can't have something worth having without being able to have the ability to protect it. If you can't protect it, then what's going to happen? What, we're going to go out and build another Tulsa, Oklahoma without a military? We're going to build another Seneca Village without a military. We're going to build another Rosewood without no way to protect it. Guess what's going to happen? That new Rosewood wood, the new what's that called? The new Black Wall Street is going to get taken down. Go ahead and tell about.
Right, and Salakia, and we can't be thinking that some goofy vigilante militia is going to protect black people like the NFAC.
Yeah.
Not fucking around. Do you know that let me tell you something. I just happened to be watching the movie. I can't call the name of the movie right now at this moment, right? But I was watching it like 2 weeks ago. And guess what? It was this crew. What was it called? That's good. It was these dudes and they was robbing, right? Mm-hmm. And they was robbing, and so the you know what the DA called them the not fucking around crew. I said I was watching it. And I said no, man, don't tell me, don't tell me this is where he got the name from for the group that's supposed to protect black people. He got it from a movie. Yeah. I was like, come on, man, it's like without the Lord. It's never going to work.
Yeah, it's never going to work. and okay, so you said. Slakia, I lost my train of thought.
Hosea 4:6.
You say it one more time.
Book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. Mm-hmm. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Right, we destroyed for lack of knowledge. Could you read the one you got, Matazapal, please?
Isaiah, chapter 5 and verse 13. Mm-hmm. All right, let everybody get there. Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 13, it says, therefore my people are going into captivity.
Why?
Because they have no knowledge.
That's why we in captivity. Because we have no knowledge. And because you don't have no knowledge, the oppressor is able to rule over you. And he's able to exploit you at every single turn that you turn, right? And he's able to benefit off of our disunity, our maladjustment. You know, as they call it, you know, because we haven't been able to adjust, you know, we haven't been able to adjust appropriately, you know, correctly to this situation. So he's able to benefit off of our maladjustment. Go ahead, Matazapal.
I was about to say the other part to Mataziyala's verse, which is so heavy, is that we reject the knowledge. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We'll come out there and we'll have all the books in the world. We'll have all the sense in the world. We'll have great speakers like you know your Captain Meshax, your Captain Tazariax, your Captain all the captains, goddamn, right? And nobody will listen. Mm-hmm. But you will follow a man spitting in his hands, hocking up spit to rubbing in another man's face. You know what I mean? Or you will follow. You remember when we used to go up to the Bronx? Mm-hmm. And remember when it was like one of our first speakings or first or second speaking, it was this dude that was walking down the street. Remember he had that Egyptian stuff on? Yeah. And he had that big old hat.
Yeah.
Remember we was
big old hat.
We was laughing while he was walking. Like we'll choose to follow people that like that.
Yo, we was like, oh!
I couldn't even get through my speaking.
He had one of the, the hats that you see in the hieroglyphics. Yeah. Like the big hat, like Nefertiti.
Yeah, he had that on.
He had like a Nefertiti hat.
Walking down the street as if it was okay. And then like, the African garment thing looking.
Yeah, with a pair of joggers, tight joggers.
Oh, man, but we'll gotta listen to that. Like, we gotta stop rejecting the knowledge. You know what I mean? We gotta stop looking at brothers and being like, oh, he got braids. You know, he looked like me. He got on boots and stuff like that. I ain't gonna listen to him. Mm-hmm. You know, let me listen to this dude that look like a idiot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right. And the psychology behind it is like, you know, if we closely align ourselves with the oppressor, right? If we closely align ourselves with the oppressor, then we got to love what he loves and hate what he hates.
Right.
So if the oppressor hates niggas, right? What you said?
That's what it was, the town.
The town.
That's what it was called.
Right. So if the oppressor hates Negroes, then what as a byproduct, what are you going to hate? The same people that the oppressor hates. So we're going to look at each other as, you know, something that we should hate. You know, when the oppressor, he'll create what he hates, you know what I mean, to justify you being killed and locked up,
Right.
you know? And so, look, man, come to this lecture, y'all. Look, $20. Look, $20 a ticket. You know what I mean? You can come, you get one of these, two of these, you know what I'm saying? Bring your home girl, bring your girl. You know what I mean, brothers? Come through, come get your tickets now, man. We gonna have a brother at the door, so ain't no sneaking in. All right, but if like you know you want to come and you might not have the $20 donation, then just hit us up. You know what I mean? Then we could work with you. All right. Go ahead, sis.
Will all nations be invited to the lecture?
Okay. Yeah. If you're an oppressor and you feel like you want to come in and get ragged out for 3 hours, then yeah, you got the money, yeah.
Right.
Come on in and get ragged out for 2.5 hours. Go ahead, Matata Pa.
I can learn about your people. Some of them may not understand.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They can come in there and get a rude awakening.
And the reason I can say that is because that General Muhammad said it. Yeah, you want to come in? Come on in and blaze. He's like, and blaze like you never blazed before. Right. And if they want to sit through that, then Lord be with you. But so yeah, you come in, you want a ticket, get a ticket. Come on in and learn how we're gonna overcome your people, and you're gonna be maybe we might be able to get a boot kiss. So
right.
We'll be the first one to ever get a boot kiss in a lecture. Right. So yeah, come on. Yeah, you know what I mean? Let's get it. All right. Security gonna be tight. We got brothers in there that's gonna be, holding the security down. We got we got a sister in there that's gonna be doing the food, you know what I mean? Kana, get at me, man. You know what I mean? Gia, get at me, man. You know what I'm saying? We need that whole thing to be ran real good. I know y'all sisters are real good with that. So go ahead.
Salagi, and if any brother, if any sister has any body butters, oils, you might have some T-shirts. You might have something that a product that you sell or a service that you offer. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, get with me, get with you. Yeah. Officer Tazaiwan, and come down there and get it on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
It's always a way that you can make money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And this is like a good opportunity for everybody that might have been doing something that's maybe like a hobby or something like that. And this is going to be an event where you can come and you can get those donations that you need. You know what I mean, to help you out with your business. And it's a good experience for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely, we got everything we need, and with the brotherhood and the sisterhood, right? We're going to be able to make this a great event that we can set the standard for the next one. You know what I mean?
Right. That's why we got to get some sisters.
Yeah, that's right. Sisters, get up in there, man. All right. Don't waste it, man. All right. All right. Yeah. All right, Kanal, man. I see you. All right, Gia. All right. So shout out to all the brothers and sisters that's in here. We got 26 people. All right, man. Y'all really messing with your boy tonight. All right. Let's get it on, man. All right. So brotherhood and sisterhood is the foundation, right? It's what we build on, right? It's the concrete at the bottom, right? The concrete at the bottom, what do you build on the concrete? You build houses and you build towns and cities and all those different things, right? And we had a government structure, right? A government order that we supposed to be following, which is the Bible, right? The Bible is going to give us the upper hand on every single nation that's around us, right? The Lord is watching to see if we could be around these nations now, right? And be able to be steadfast on the law, the statutes and commandments, right, so that when we get in a position of power, we can still be around those same nations and hold steadfast to the commandments, the laws, the statutes, and and the statutes. All right. Right. So this is what is important. You know, and this is what we definitely need in this time, right? We in 2022, supposedly, right? I don't even want to fight. We ain't even gonna fight that. But my point is to say we in 2022, right? And we already starting off the year worse than what we started it off last year, right? Let's not be those children that are tossed to and fro by every single wind of doctrine, man. You don't need to be out there voting and all that goofy nonsense, because at the same time, like, you got to understand that they only care about black people every 4 years. They get your vote, and then they don't care about black people for 4 more years.
Right.
You got to understand that, right? They asked Kamala Harris. They said, "What do you support black people getting reparations?" And she danced all around the question, right? Because she doesn't support black people having reparations. And just you know, just as a sidebar, you know, when reparations probably could have been good back in the 20s. And all those different, you know, that time when it probably could have been more beneficial to us. But right now, reparations wouldn't be beneficial to black people, because all we would do is give it back to the oppressor. All right. You wanted to say something? I'm sorry.
Salaka, if I may, I had a precept on what you was bringing out. Let's
get it.
It's in Judges chapter 3. I was read verse 1 and 4.
All right. So you want to know where you can buy the cups at? You talking about these right here? These joints right here, you can get them off of Amazon. Ahava, Yahawada. Yeah, you can get it from Amazon.
Oh, okay.
You can get them on Amazon, sis. I think that's Sister Salaki. I can't really see it.
All right. Mm-hmm. Book of Judges, chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "Now these are the nations which the Lord left to prove Israel by them. Even as many of Israel as had not known all the wars of Canaan." Verse 4 says, "And they were to prove Israel."
To what?
And they were to prove Israel.
That's right.
By them, to know whether they would hearken unto the commandments of the Lord, which he commanded their fathers by the hand of Moses.
Right. That's what the Lord is testing us on. That's what he's testing you on, right? He's testing you to see, okay, can you be around these heathens, and can you do what's right? Can you stand fast? You know what I'm saying? When you see these heathens around you, will you not want to have sex with them? Right. Will you not want to take on their gods? Will you not want to take on their customs? Right. Can you do it? Can you do it? Can you rule this place and do it? If you can't do it, then you're not fit to rule. And that's what we got to understand as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. At this point, we're not fit to rule the world.
Right.
Oh, man, I know that punched a lot of people in the gut. Right? Because we got melanin, right? And we got all this melanin, right? Well, then if we got all this melanin and that's supposed to be the power, then how can somebody that don't have no melanin rule over us the way they do? Huh? Right? Oh, we the gods of the earth, and we got all the melanin from the sun, and the sun feeds our skin, and I don't even gotta eat. I just get vitamin D from the sun. Yeah, all that power and all that stuff in your melanin. But people without melanin is ruling over you. How is that possible? Right? It's possible because, you know, the Lord is against you.
Right.
And we're not fit to rule this planet right now. We need some more time. It sucks that I have to even say that, but we need a little bit more time. You know, it's been 3 days. We've been on the white people 3 days, right? 3,000 years, right? If you know, you know, right? With 3 days, we haven't even been under the oppressor for a week, according to the Lord. A week is what, 7 days, right? That day unto the Lord is as 1,000 years. We've been under the oppressor for about what, 3,000? Something like that, yeah. But the Greek Empire was what, 1,000? How long was the Greek? It was like 3 BC. We've been under the oppressor, right? The Greeks, 323, something like that. Right. We've been under the oppressor. No, that was the Roman Empire, Slovakia. So before that, all right, we've been under the oppressor for a long time, you know. And so we got to understand, like, okay, how can we change that? Right? How can we get in the good graces of the Most High? Right? Because that's what we need. Like, that's our smoking gun. Right? No matter what we do, the smoking gun is having the Lord on our side, right? That's how we can get out of this oppression. That's how we can elevate to the next level. Doesn't matter how many times you can, articulate how well you can articulate racism, freedom of speech, right? Freedom of speech, right? Matazapa, they always say, I know Matazapa always bring out about, the freedom of speech and how they, be locking down these, live feeds that we have and different things like that. But, what, what's it called? Free speech is only okay when you're talking to people that don't give a damn. You know what I mean? Like, because if you start talking to people that really, are listening, then they're going to shut it down. So we got to change that narrative and say, okay, the people that are listening to what's right, you have to be the person that has to listen, right? When we are at camp, that brother, those two brothers, those two sisters, whatever, you got to be the ones that got to listen. Because that's okay in America. You can talk, you can say whatever you want, as long as the people ain't listening to you, right? So we be at camp, everybody, there's some people that listen and some people that don't, right? So the people that do listen, right, the very small few that do, then you got to be the ones that got to make the impact. You got to be the ones that's willing to change your life, right? You got to get down with this collective that we have already established here in the ISUPK. Then that way we can get together and we can strategize as a collective if we can figure out what's the next move and what's our best move, right? Other than that, you can hang it up. We're going to keep talking about the same. Man, look, Martin Luther King Day, they was still marching for voting rights. Like, at this point, who the hell cares about voting rights? That's what I was saying. They had Martin Luther King's fat son out there, right? You know what I'm talking about? His fat son out there talking about voting rights. Who the hell cares about voting rights at this point? What type of power is it in? If the cats that are the men that are voting, what they're telling you? They're telling you that I am emasculated and I am a man who does not believe in my own people, and I totally believe that a oppressor will save me out of this. You are admitting that you're emasculated as a man when you go out there to try to vote. And any sister that's out there voting, you're saying that you do not believe in men. You're men of your own nation. At all. And you believe that Donald Trump is going to get you out of oppression, which is so stupid to think that you could vote your way out of oppression. The hell is wrong? You think the white man going to let you vote him out of power? Are you crazy? The oppressor going to let you vote him out of power. It's ridiculous. And this is why it's very, very important that we understand these things. Understand so that we don't, keep repeating the same things. Our leadership wants us to accept the status quo. What is the status quo? That the oppressor is in power and we're inferior. Right. That's what it is. That's the whole goal. What is the goal of the NAACP? The goal of the NAACP is to be a reactionary organization. So they're not going to try to really actively try to help Black people stop the oppressor from, getting on us. They just want to protest after they get you. And in the ISUPK, we're not about, being reactionary. We're about saving the lives of our people and understanding that this is the oppressor and this is the devil that the Bible speaks about. So we're going to stay away from you for our own safety, right? We're going to do that. And that is what makes practical sense, right? And all the things that we've been through can create practical knowledge. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we need. All right. Let me get one more. Let me get oh man, what I need? Let me go somewhere good. This bedrock. Let's go to Romans 13. All right. You got one more talk about?
What's up?
Let's see, one more place that I want to go. All right, let's go there. All right. Bedrock. Hey, yo, make sure y'all get these tickets, man. I got a lot. All right.
You want verse 1?
11.
Verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
The book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Right. This class, I kept the scriptures real basic, right? For a reason. Real basic so that you can understand and get the practical, out of it, right? Get the practical out of it. Something that's real easy for you to break down, something that it doesn't take, a lot for you to wrap your head around the concept, all right? So what we want to do is, it said that we want to be, it's high time to awake out of sleep, right? You want to wake out of sleep right now, right? You don't want to continue in down the year of 2022, the worse than you was in 2021. All right. We know that the Omicron is here. We know that, the Megatron is coming. All right. All these things are coming. And guess what? Fauci said that it's going to hit everybody. That's what Fauci said. Fauci said the Omicron is going to get everybody. He said, you just wait. Right. So if you didn't catch COVID and and all that kind of stuff, just wait on it. All right. It's coming. All right. So you're going to get it. All right. Just a matter of time before you catch it. All right. And you just know this, man. Remember, the best thing that you could do, the wisest thing you could do is cling to the Most High, man.
Right.
Pray to the Lord, and live life, man, the way you're supposed to live life. You know what I mean? With this, come into this truth and get yourself together, man. Stop joining these stupid motorcycle clubs. Motorcycle clubs and all kinds of stuff that the Elks, you know what I'm saying? The Elks, the Mason. I haven't had one Mason tell me what they actually believe in. Yeah, the Eastern. Yeah, you a sister. You want to be an Eastern Star. All right. You don't know what the hell you even getting into. All right. Get into what's practical. Right. Get the knowledge of the ISUPK. Right. Get in here and stay down. Don't roll out. Right, because you too, bitch made to go to a brother, or you too bitch made to go to a sister, right, and talk about what the hell is going on. Salaki for my language, all right. So you don't want to be that brother. You don't want to be that sister. You know what I mean? You don't want to be the Salakia brother. You don't want to be the Salakia sister. Salakia, right? You don't want to be that sister, all right? You want to make the best decisions that you can make. When you can make them under pressure too, the presence of mind. Remember, Rob? Presence of mind. Hold on. Is this thing on? It's not on, Matazaba. It's been off since we've been in here in the school. It's been off. All right, so maybe it's on now. All right, this mic on. All right, you want to have the presence of mind. The presence of mind will give you the ability to make the right decisions when you don't want to make the right decisions. It gives you the ability to make the correct decisions under pressure. All right? Under pressure when it matters the most. Right? You want to do it. All right? We got the Passover coming up. Make sure y'all, get y'all tickets, whatever it is, right? Get it on now. I think they got like another hotel or something like that. Get it on. Look, get down here. I'm telling you, get down to Wilmington, Delaware, so that we can do this lecture, man. It's going to be the last weekend of Black History Month, which is nothing that we should be celebrating. All right. So you want to get down here so we can analyze Black History Month, right? We can strategize and find out what's the best way that we should move as a people, all right? And with that being said, man, I'm going to end it right now because I don't want to give y'all too much, and I'm going to turn the class over to Precinct Officer Matazi Allen. Oh, can you give him the mic?
I need more.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Yep.
ISUPK security announcements. Rules for new brother and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, a teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Ties, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest funds is free will offering for the priests. It's not mandatory. It's whatever amount you would like to donate. Upcoming holy convocations, we have the Feast of Purim, which is February the 14th and 15th. Monday, February 14th and Tuesday, February 15th. Come out and learn about your history and learn about what this powerful sister did to preserve our nation. All right. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. That being said, Imagine, which means stand. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak.
Yeah, how about Shimmy Al Shabrak?
Yazmatah. SARS means turn. Sister Imagine. We're going to get a sister courtesy salute. Individual, Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak.
Yahweh Shema Alathan by Shimmy Al Shad.
Yahweh Shemar Atham by Shimmy Al Shad.
That's right.
Yazmatah. Glad to dismiss.
That's called a blue light, right?